Human trafficking is defined as a form of modern-day slavery in which people profit from the control and exploitation of others. This form of modern-day slavery includes, but is not limited to, forced labor, trafficking in organs, and commercial sexual exploitation. These acts result in a grave violation of human rights, thus denying the victims the right to be free from slavery and slavery-like practices. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is a document promoting a common achievement for all people in all nations. This document combats the practice of human trafficking, as it states in its fourth article, "No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be banned." This aims at making freedom for every human a global accomplishment, however challenging. Human trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar industry, generating approximately $32 billion annually. Over 27 million women, children, and men are sold as slaves every year, with 60% of these people being sold for purposes of sex. The average cost of a slave is $90, and by exploiting a victim, a trafficker may receive anywhere from $5,000 to $33,000 a week. While a trafficker is making money off of a body that is not their own, a victim will most likely experience physical damage, such as bruises, scarring, or sexually transmitted diseases, and emotional damage, such as PTSD, depression, or anxiety. This abuse suffered can be crippling. However, many people use their pain to speak out against such injustices. One such person was Juliana Dugbadze. At 7 years old, Juliana Dugbadze was sold to a fetish priest in her native Ghana under a cultural and religious practice known as Trafficking. This practice involves young girls, mainly virgins, being sold as slaves to a fetish priest to do penance for the alleged crimes of their relatives. The girls were raped, beaten, and were forced to work without pay. Dugbadze was a victim for about 17 years until she successfully escaped at the age of 23. Several previous attempts resulted in her rape and assault, and helped her realize her desire to help others who had fallen victim to the custom. When she finally escaped, she made it to the office of a non-profit organization, International Needs Ghana, which offered her protection from the priest, assisted her in preparing her life after years of slavery, and helped her learn vocational skills. Dugbadze became an advocate for International Needs Ghana, allowing her to return to the shrines and encourage victims to escape, as well as to help priests understand the pain victims had endured. She educates people about life in the shrine and the importance of freedom. Through her escape and efforts to publicly renounce the custom, more than 1,000 victims were liberated from 15 shrines, and the practice had been banned in 1999 in Ghana. She set up her own organization called Survivors of Change, in which survivors of the Trafficking practice fight against enslavement, bondage, and discrimination. Juliana Dugbadze's story exposes the truth in the idea that fearlessness, courage, determination, and a resilient spirit are necessary to inspire change. Through this, we can learn to use unfathomable evil, pain, and suffering to shed light on an issue that otherwise may have been hidden in the dark or kept secret. Despite the fact that countless changes in human trafficking are being made globally, it is currently one of the most profitable industries in the world, and continues to be the nightmare of over 27 million people a year. The Trafficking Victim Protection Act of 2000 brought about several methods of protecting and assisting victims, and also appoints severe punishment to the people who violate these crimes. In the New York area, a human trafficking intervention initiative was launched in which the New York State court system will undertake an unprecedented statewide initiative to identify trafficking victims, refer them to services, and restore them to law-abiding lives as they confront the issue in any way possible. The efforts and attempts to restore victims their basic human rights allows us to see that as humans, we must become our brother's keepers. After all, it is within every human being to work towards peace.